welcome to this edition of Cougar News at IUK. I'm Samantha Tiki.
And I'm Shane Simmons. Flu season may be coming to a close, but the cold weather may have you asking if you're still at risk. Reporter John Rogers has some ways to keep healthy during the flu season.
This is Jonathan Rogers for Cougar News, and I recently talked to students on campus about the flu virus and flu shots, whether or not they had gotten them or not, and found surprising results.
I'm all for flu shots. I mean, I'm sort of afraid of needles, so it's kind of convenient to just forget to get a flu shot. But for everyone else, I definitely approve.
Because I find that usually when you get a flu shot, you usually get sick afterwards.
I've never really seen a major need for it. I do have 4 kids, and they all got flu shots, and half of them got sick, and half of them didn't. So, and then I didn't get sick with it, so.
Things about them, I've seen people get more sick from them, and just rather not deal with it, I guess.
Students opted for more traditional routes of prevention, including drinking orange juice and proper hand washing.
I've been taking a vitamin C vitamin like every day, and I haven't gotten sick at all. I usually get sick like once a year, and this year I didn't at all, so.
Wash my hands every 15 seconds or so. Drank a lot of orange juice and took a lot of vitamins. I'm not sure if that did the trick, but obviously I didn't get sick, so.
Just some of the things we've done at home is just make sure we stay clean, washing hands and everything like that, and try to make sure that we don't share too many germs when people are sick.
Thanks, John.
You know, Samantha, the best way, I think, to keep healthy during the flu season is drink a lot of orange juice and take vitamin C capsules.
Yeah, also a way that I like to prevent the flu is washing my hands a lot and using Purell whenever I can.
Definitely. Always keep some hand sanitizer on you because you never know when you might need it.
Exactly. 2 seniors spent their break a little different than most of their peers. Business students Sarah McClurg and Katie Wilkinson were selected to attend the 2013 Enactus Partner Summit. Instead of vacationing, Sarah and Katie spent their week meeting with top business leaders from companies including Kraft Foods and Walmart. The students were 2 of only 30 students picked to attend the prestigious summit in Northville, Illinois. Students are taking action after hearing disappointing news about a professor. Shane has the information on the petition to keep one of IUK's professors.
These words spoken about a professor who will be leaving IUK against his will. Father Bernard O'Connor is facing a hardship that students at IUK hope they would never see. Jordan Slusher is a senior at IUK and will be starting law school in the fall. He reflected on the appreciation he has for Father Bernie.
When I was going through the application process and taking the LSAT, he was always there to talk to. Even if I didn't directly reach out to him, he would always find me in the hallway and ask me, how is law school applications going? What decisions are you making? What's going on with that? I go to him for a lot of my advice as far as what to do with school, academic advice, personal advice, and he's always been the type that is very open to students, very assistful, and very encouraging, and he gives very strong advice.
Students feel so strongly about keeping Father Bernie at IU Kokomo that they have started this petition for him. Corey George is one of the engineers behind this movement.
Students are just trying to circulate a petition to keep him here. They're very eager to help. And they'll come into contact with me to help keep him here because they know for sure what kind of teacher he is.
This petition going around basically memorializes the student's voice and that we want Father Bernie to stay here.
Corey George has this to say to Father Bernie and the students at IUK.
It's just pure gratitude to him and that he's a great professor and that I really hope he can stay here because I want to see him, I want him to see me graduate. Please come into contact with me. Let me know what I can do to explain to you why we should keep him here or so I can simply give you a spot to sign.
It may be a David versus Goliath story, but students are willing to risk it all for this special man. For Cougar News, I'm Shane Simmons. Early experience is confirming the career choice of many IUK education students. This is due to the program's early field experience before student teaching. The classroom experience is said to help students grow as teachers. Students will have more than 200 hours in classrooms before they begin student teaching. Students now have a way to listen to the music while learning how to broadcast it on to others. Samantha has the story on the club making waves at IUK.
This room is home to IUK's Radio Free Kokomo. It's in this studio that adjunct faculty member Scott Manthe is giving students the opportunity to learn the ins and outs of radio broadcasting. Scott is the current faculty advisor of Radio Free Kokomo. In 2009, Scott and Rudy Kaiser, along with a group of students, started the internet station.
Essentially, a group of students, Jonathan Grant, Sarah Zamina, a couple of other students, wanted to start a radio station. There's a group of students involved who kind of do on-air shows and try to engage people to get more involved.
RFK is open to any student wanting to participate. Although it is not required to be a part of Radio Free Kokomo, Scott encourages students to take the Radio Practicum course C300.
Actually, we encourage anyone who wants to learn about the history and technology of radio, how to write for radio. That's another component we've added to that class the last 2 semesters. We encourage anyone who wants to learn about those things to take the class.
Radio Free Kokomo may be growing in popularity, but the club is in need of volunteers. Getting people involved consistently is the key to keeping Radio Free Kokomo on our campus.
Having a voice here and having a personality behind these microphones makes it more compelling. So we would like to have more students involved so that we can give this station the personality of IUK and the student body of IUK.
For more information on volunteering, contact Radio Free Kokomo. Advice from a professional is priceless to a college student seeking a career. Reporter Corson Steiner has professional advice for those interested in a career in journalism.
This week I had a chance to have a phone interview with Bill Ruthhart, a journalist for the Chicago Tribune. I asked him what it took to be a writer for such a prestigious newspaper, and also maybe some advice he would give to journalism majors and college students here at IUK in general.
My name is Bill Ruthhart. I'm a watchdog reporter for the Chicago Tribune.
What inspired you to study journalism? You know, was there a defining moment that said, hey, you know, this is what I want to do, this is the career I want to choose, and how did you end up at the Chicago Tribune?
My dad's a newspaper editor in my hometown, and so I grew up always paying attention to the news and reading the newspaper, and then when it came time to pick a major in college, I was trying to think of, you know, what I was good at or what might seem interesting, and I settled on journalism because I got A's in English class and I really like sports. I thought the idea of being a sports reporter might be kind of cool, and mostly it was just to kind of get my parents off my back because they were trying to get me to pick a major, and so that's kind of what I decided on. But once I got to Eastern and saw my byline in print for the first time and interviewed, you know, athletes and started writing some stories, I was hooked pretty much right away.
You know, what are your some traits or characteristics that could give them an upper hand on their competition trying to get a job in this industry?
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, getting a job in this industry, you know, it's no secret, it's pretty tough right now. So, I mean, the first thing I would tell them is get as much experience as possible, whether it's paid internship, whether it's an internship for class credit, whether it's freelancing, you know, stories to local newspapers, you know, pitching them story ideas, you know, whether it's blogging, you know, whatever you can do to get writing experience and to develop your repertoire, I guess, you know, is to get yourself some experience.
How would you describe the experience of working for such a reputable paper in a large market city like Chicago?
The great thing about being a newspaper reporter is every day you learn something because you have to look into some topic you didn't know something about when you came in. Oftentimes, you know, there can be breaking news that you never would have expected, you know, that morning. So in that sense, it's always exciting. There's always something new to tackle, and I think that's part of what makes it so much fun is that every day is different, and some days you just you don't know what's going to be like. So
it's really cool that Corson was able to contact a reporter from the Chicago Tribune.
Yeah, that was really neat, and as a journalist, I thought that was interesting that a reporter from the Chicago Tribune would talk to students here at a small campus like IU Kokomo. It's really inspiring, and hopefully one day, you know, we'll be able to be at that level and be able to help students like us.
Exactly, I feel the exact same way.
Mm-hmm. Our interim meteorologist, Jonathan Rogers, has a scoop on the weather. So Jonathan, what's it going to look like the next few days?
Well, spring is finally here, but the temperatures for the week of March 25th are going to feel more like winter. Monday through Wednesday, we're going to have a high of only 39 degrees with overcast skies. Temperatures will increase slightly on Thursday with a high of 43 degrees. and partly cloudy skies. Friday will also have partly cloudy skies, but with a slight temperature increase to a high of 47 degrees.
Hey, thanks for the forecast, John.
Yeah, you're welcome, Shane. I mean, the weather this spring has just seemed unreasonably cold. Maybe Punxsutawney Phil should just retire from forecasting weather.
I agree. I feel like this is the coldest March we've had in a really long time.
Yeah, this time last year I was out on the golf course. I think it was like 70 degrees outside, so it's been kind of depressing this year.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that does it for this episode of Cougar News at IUK. I'm Samantha Tiki.
I'm Shane Simmons.
I'm John Rogers.
See you next time.